Hi students, this is Dr. Amir again, and now in this video we will discuss the second stanza. I will read it first. In every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every band, the mind-forged manacles I hear. Yeah. Not only in their face, but also on their voices does the poet observes his people's sadness and depression. Both in the grown-up cry or in the infant cry, the poet could hear the mind-forged manacles. The manacles, which are two metal bands joined by a chain used for fastening a prisoner's ankle or twist or wrist together, are restricting the people's mind, not their hands or feet. This also has something to do with the restrictions or rigidity imposed on London. Those restrictions could be resulted from the English people's thoughts and ideas. Moreover, this image or metaphor is used by the poet to reflect his disappointment about the English society, represented here by the man and the infant. The third stanza. How the chimney sweepers cry, every blackening church appalls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. In this stanza, the poet talks about the reasons for his disappointment or disappointed position toward his society. One of these reasons is class or the class distinction. Here in these lines or in the whole poem, the chimney sweeper represent the lower class who were leading a very desperate life. The chimney sweeper was poor, dirty and neglected. He or she was forced to work as a chimney cleaner to support her family. There is a religious criticism represented in the cry of the chimney sweeper. This cry appalls, chastises the church, which is itself described as blackening and appalls. According to the poet, the church is metaphorically speaking blackening the life of the chimney sweepers. Most of these children were orphans during the 80s, of course, and they should be looked after by the church. The exploitation of these boys was in part a result of the negligence of the church. In addition to the religious institution, the poet also criticized the government as the hapless soldier sigh. Hapless means unfortunate and sigh means complain. The soldiers were also victimized by the government's corruption and wars. The poet's anti-war position is clearly reflected in the last line of this stanza. Runs blood down the palace walls. This bloody image is indicative of the fact that the government is responsible for the bloodshed of the soldiers. Now, let's move to the fourth stanza. But most through midnight street I hear how the youthful harlots curse, placed the newborn infant tear and plate with plague the marriage hers. In the closing stanza, the poet says that because the people were living in such degraded, disappointed conditions, their midnight is not carrying anything encouraging. According to the poet, the harlot or prostitute plighted or badly disturbed the marriage hearse or hers. This is an obvious social criticism on the corruption of the society represented by the prostitute. However, by attaching the word hers, which is a long vehicle used to carry coffins at funeral. To marriage also reflects the poet's view about the concept of marriage itself. For the poet, marriage and nurturing babies in such a society is fruitless. This is why he identifies marriage with death. This, meaning here marriage, is the last reason he, along with society, the church, prostitution, that led to the socio-political turbulence in the English society. Thank you so much.